This is the top of hive number 4, and this has been my strongest hive. They didn't lose their queen, touch wood. So hopefully we see good things. We're seeing good things in hive 1. I'm confident that they're doing well. I didn't see eggs, but I did see everything else that I wanted to see. We're going to open this up, and I want to see it full of honey. That's what I want to see. But I have my doubts. But you never know. Okay, a little bit of smoke in there. Let's take a look. Oh, there's a lot of bees up here. That's good. The last time I put the top box on, I left it there for a week and they didn't seem to be up there at all. So there is bees on the lid. And as far as beetles, there's one beetle that I can see in the trap. So yeah, I got the Swiffer pad. There was one beetle, 2 beetles. It's unfortunate that the bees do as well get stuck on here sometimes, and you try to release them, but it's tough. There she is. She's off. That's good. There's another one over here. There's another one off. Not sure about that one. I saved 2 or 3 of them anyway. So, crushing any beetles that might be hiding underneath the lips of these. There's obviously a few in here. A few in the trap here. Okay, there's a few in that trap as well. Right, let's see what's going on here, because like I said, there was hardly any comb drawn out when I put it in. Not seeing a lot of action up here yet, but this is the 3rd box, and I know the queen is in the bottom box with a queen excluder above her, so there shouldn't be any brood up here at all, if anything. So there really isn't much on that frame. It's not drawn out. These 2 frame, actually they have drawn this one a little bit. It's funny how they do things sometimes. They surprise you sometimes. All the time actually. So they've drawn a little bit of comb out on this frame, which I find unusual, but hey, go for it, girls. I see another beetle down there. There is a Swiffer pad on the box below, and I just killed a beetle that was on it. Okay, so this is a store-bought box, right dimensions and everything. I know I screwed up one of the ones I made, or both of the ones I made, because I didn't put enough. It's not deep enough, so I intend to make new ones, and I'll probably make those ones shallow ones, because I do have some drawn comb for shallow box. Well, this doesn't have much going on. Oh, there's some nectar in there. They have put some nectar in there. Yeah, there's nectar in this frame. So right in the middle, look at the bees hanging off. Just hanging on for dear life they are. So yeah, there's nectar in the middle of this frame. So they are kind of, there's a ton of bees hanging off of this next frame. Can't always explain their behavior. I don't always understand bee behavior. And I know it's got a lot to do with population and keeping the hive cool at times. But check this out. All those bees hanging off of that frame. What is their intention? So yeah, they've drawn comb out on this one. I believe that's new comb. Yeah, that's new comb that they've drawn out. And there is some nectar going on inside there as well. All the bees on my hand now. Kind of like having them. Oh, there's some wonky comb. That explains it. That's a shame. They put a lot of effort into that. And I think actually that's my fault, because I put shallow frames in a deep box. So yeah, that's my fault. But it's because it's all I had. I should get some more deep frames, I guess. Check this goofy, funky comb. Unfortunately, that's gonna have to go. It's not even straight down from the bottom of the board, so it's just going to create issues down the road. And there is no eggs up here, which is perfect. That's not what I don't expect to see any eggs up here. This is a deep super, but some of the frames are shallow. So that's a shame. They put a lot of effort into that comb, and geez, I feel bad taking that from them. Put it on the frames, girls. Should we do it? Okay. That's a shame. I feel like one of those guys up in the mountains taking comb, big chunks of comb off of the side of a mountain. Look at that. Look at those guys. Go make some real comb, boys. Girls. Girls, I should say, not boys. They're all girls. Well, there's a few boys in there as well. Queen's down below. I know that for a fact because I saw her. I just seen a bee here. I thought she was inside here, but she's not. Again, the bees are being very gentle. They're not getting excited. This is all new comb and nectar, so they are starting to fill this out with honey. That is awesome. That's all brand new comb there. Yep, and this side too. There's a beetle. I'm gonna have to squash you, little fella. It's on me now. I lost it. I don't know where it went. It crawled onto my glove and disappeared. I hate those things. It's not so much the beetles that I don't like, it's their larvae. I can't stand it. Make a mess. Look at all that. That's beautiful. All that new comb. I want to try and give you guys a few closer up images because it's more fun to see. The next frame also has comb on it. Maybe, yeah, look at that. That's beautiful. That's some lovely comb again. They're going to backfill that with honey. And this one as well. This side, the same thing. Now, there's no eggs up here at all. It's just how I like it. Just how I want it. And it looks like they've just begun on this end frame. Let's have a look. This is a black foundation. And they've just started right here. Just here, a little bit of new comb, but they've just started to make. I think what I'm going to do is the shallow frames that I've put in here, I think I'm going to put them at the outside edges. I think that makes sense to me. Then I don't think then I have to be too worried about funky comb. I know the queen is not up here as well, so that's not worried about squishing my queen. This one here is a shallow as well. So this is a shallow. It's all drawn out. Missing one frame. There it is. I'm going to put that there, and then this frame can go there. That's good. They're working on it. Again, a shame about that piece of beautiful comb, but it won't go to waste. It'll get melted down and it will get put on other frames. So what I'm going to do, same thing again. I'm going to put the lid on this. I'm going to put the lid on this box. I've got it on backwards. Oh, turn it around. Put the lid on. And then I'm going to move this frame over one spot to get it out of the way. And we'll have a look. I would like to take some frames of honey. I'm not really set up to do that because I haven't got my container that I put it in. All I know right now is they've got space to do whatever they want to do. So I'm not really too concerned about swarming. Not right now anyway. So we'll just move this box. Doesn't have a whole lot of weight to it, but I bet you this one does. Now look at this. Swiffer pad's got all kinds of damn beetles in it. Look at those. I'm gonna go ahead and squish them. There was probably 20 beetles just on that Swiffer pad. That sucks. But actually it doesn't suck. It's good, because that means that the Swiffer pads are doing their job. So stay positive, Rob. This is one of the boxes that I made, and it's shallow and the frames stick to the bottom. I know, I did a thing. Okay, let's see. What I would do is, if I can pull these frames out, I would take the honey. I would take the honey and give the frames right back to them. Look at that. That is a full frame of honey. That's got some nice weight to it. And I think I need to, in fact, I think I'm going to get my container that I use to pull frames with. I think that's what I need to do right now, but I need to cover this up to prevent robbing. So I'm just going to put this back on top real quick, and I'll be back with Swiffer pads, with some peppermints, and with a box to put honey frames in. Woohoo! Okay, I'm back at the hive. I got my Swiffer pads, I got my bee brush, I got some peppermints, and I got a container to put some frames of honey in. What I will do is I will take probably all of it that I can from that middle box, and then return it to them probably tomorrow, and they can continue filling that up. They'll probably eat a lot of it because there'll be some residual honey on the frames, and they'll clean them right up and they'll start filling them up again. We still got some honey flow going on. That's pretty obvious from the fact that they're putting nectar in that top box, which didn't even have nectar in it. So I'm gonna smoke these girls. Oh, smoker's going out. I don't always use a lot of smoke, but the method I've been using works really good. I use a Tim Hortons cup holder and some of those wooden pellets for the pellet stove. Seems to work real good. So what I have to do, I'll go back to that same frame, second one in I went to, because that's what Stephen does. Oh, pull that right out of there. And we'll give it a little bit of a shake. Like that. Bees flying everywhere now. Go on, go back in the hive, girls. And then we'll brush some of them off. And if I get one or two in my container, I'm not too concerned because I'll go back and get them out over at the house where there's less bees to worry them about, I guess, if that makes any sense. This is the outside frame, which still has 50% nectar on this side. So I'm actually going to leave that frame in there. And hopefully there's plenty more fully capped. They tend to work from the center out, so I kind of expect to see more honey in the middle, if I'm right. Been wrong before. Not with this frame though. This is a fully capped frame of honey. So we're going to shake them off near the entrance this time. Just over by the entrance. And then brush the few remaining bees off. Come on, get out of there. Again, if there's a few bees in there, not too concerned. We'll get them later. Let's take a look at this frame, because I do see this side is fully capped. Fully capped. This side is not fully capped. But it is mostly capped. There's a little bit in the middle. I may leave that. I may leave that. I noticed that the next one has got some uncapped honey. So I think if it's uncapped, if there's a good portion that's uncapped, I think I'm gonna leave it for them to finish or to move or whatever they want to do with it. This side is fully capped. That's too bad, because this side is not fully capped. This side is fully capped. I probably could take one, but I'm not going to. I'm going to leave that in there for them to finish filling or do whatever they're doing with it. So far I've got two frames. Two full frames of capped honey. I thought it's too bad the way it is, but it's not terrible. It's still pretty good. This one I think I can take. This side is pretty much fully capped. There's a few open cells with nectar, and this side is fully capped with just a few open cells of nectar. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? I'm going to shake them off. Shake them off at the entrance. Brush off the few bees left on it. Put that in the container. That's 3 full frames of capped nectar. Now, at the end of this week, I'm getting a new shed, and in that shed, I'm going to store all of my bee equipment, my suit, my gloves, everything, all the tools that I need, my honey extractor, jars, and everything. This is another frame of fully capped honey. So I'm going to shake that up again. That's 4 frames. This next one looks promising. I wonder, do I have any frames that aren't drawn out that I could give them? This is fully capped as well. Look at that. That's a beautiful thing. Yes, it is. That's 5 full frames. 5 full frames of fully capped honey. There is a tiny little bit of uncapped on this one, but not much. And the next one is, I think, mostly capped. Okay, there is some uncapped, so there is a little bit of uncapped there in the bottom, and some uncapped honey at the bottom there. And it looks like the same with the last one. This outside one, it also has some uncapped honey. So I'm going to leave that for them. And try and push these together a little bit. Okay, so they're pushed together. They have a bit of space in there, so I need to see, do I have some extra frames? I think I do. I'm gonna go check that out right now. Okay, so I have 4 frames, 4 deeps, 1 shallow. The shallow's already got comb on it, so I'm gonna give that to them, and they can, not that box, it's the other box. They can then fill that up. Okay, where's the handles? There they are. Okay. Alright, so these have got some beeswax painted on there. I have a short video showing how I did that. Just melted some beeswax and used a little roller to roll on the beeswax like paint. Essentially, that's what I did. There's a lot of bees in here. Oh, what are you doing? Okay. My fan just ran out of juice. I have a fan around my neck, and it helps keep me cool on a hot day, and today it is rather warm. Okay, so I filled in those frames that I took out with frames that have got beeswax on them, so, and this one is drawn out, so they can clean that up, backfill it with nectar, and we're back in business. I'm now gonna use the Swiffer pads. I got the non-scented Swiffer pads. I'm gonna cut this one into 4. Did such a great job at catching those small hive beetles. I want to keep doing that. It is getting warm now. I haven't got that fan going. I think I need a new pair of scissors. Well, that didn't cut very nicely. Come on, girls, out the way. I want to put the Swiffer pad right there. And you guys get stuck to it as well. That's that, and the peppermints. Peppermints, just because apparently the beetles don't like them. How true that is, I don't know. But I'm going to put 3 in here. And I noticed that the bees like them, even if the beetles like them too. The bees like them. Okay, so let's put this box back up here. Now I need a Swiffer pad on the top box. Now I'm not going into the brood box today. It's getting late. Time's getting short. And I'm not too concerned about her. She seems like she's a good queen. But maybe next week I'll spend a bit more time and do a full inspection. You know what, I'm just gonna leave that as is. Put that there. Put the lid on, and we'll close this hive up. So thanks for watching. I've got 5 frames fully capped of honey that I'm going to bring inside now, and I'll show you my process, which is a bit cranky, but I'll show you my process of harvesting that honey. I'm going to do the same to that hive. I'm going to put the Swiffer pads and the mints in that one before I leave, put the blocks on the top so they're set to go and they'll be safe from wind and animals and everything else, although we don't get bear around here. But yeah, there is a flow going on right now, still lots of flowers in southern Ontario, so these girls are going to be just fine. They're bringing nectar in, they're making comb, they're doing everything they're supposed to be doing, so I'm excited. I'm going to get some honey this week, if not tonight, tomorrow. But that's awesome. I'm so pumped for that. I've waited a long time. I haven't had my own honey since last year's crop ran out, and I went through a lot of that. I tell you that's for sure. But that container is pretty heavy. There's a lot of weight in that, so it'd be interesting to see how much honey I get out of that 5 frames. So yeah, let's get to that. Thanks for watching.